everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, my name is Megan. Today we're going to do my bi-weekly budget number 1 results video for October. This is from September 29th to the 12th. I originally had it planned to go until the 15th, until my husband got paid next, but with my weekly check-ins it just didn't make sense, so I ended up getting paid here, so I ended it on the 12th, and then my bi-weekly budget number 2 started on the 13th, and that will go till the 23rd just because of our trip budget and then our November budget. So I hope that makes sense. Sorry if it doesn't. It was just a change in the calendar a little bit. So anyways, let's move on. Just so you know, these are my budget sheets. They're from my Etsy shop. It's called BudgetQueenShop, so go check it out if you're interested in my daily spending tracker or my bi-weekly budget. This is the template number 2 blank edition, so go check it out. And then we are just going to look at this one page. That's all the transactions I had in 2 weeks. That includes everything: income, bills, expenses, all of that. So first off, we are going to do income. My husband ended up working a ton of overtime, which was good because we saved all of his overtime for our trip money. So that was $2,117.79, which was absolutely amazing. So now my income, I got paid the rest of the $1,000 from CERB. And then I ended up getting another $500 for the last week of CERB, so I ended up getting $1,500. I'm now on the caregiver benefit, which BC is offering to parents that can't find daycare due to COVID-19, and I'm in that predicament, so I'm blessed to have that money available to me. I am looking for a job and I am looking for daycare. I did get an interview at one place that I'm very interested in. I'll maybe talk about it with you guys later down the road. I will know at the end of the month if I get the job or not. So in that case, I will push harder to find daycare, maybe find a private babysitter if I have to, but that is that. Anyways, moving forward, I just got paid $10.25 for Etsy. Last week it was pretty slow for Etsy, but that is fine. So altogether our income was $3,628.04, which was absolutely amazing. Super proud of that. So next, jumping into bills, we did have preschool. My son goes to preschool 2 times a week, and we are covered half the cost by subsidy. So that is awesome. $59.48 for that. We have our Jeep. This is a bi-weekly payment of $267.33, so that is automatic. Somebody asked me in my monthly debt update if I was going to add in my Jeep as debt. I will after I pay off all my credit card debt. We have just under $9,000 of credit card debt left, and then we're going to save a little bit, and then we're going to pay off our Jeep early. So I hope that answers your question. I did answer it in the comments, but I wanted you guys to know as well. So also, just so you know, we save $500 every 2 weeks for rent, and then at the end of the month I send $1,000 to my landlord, so that is $500. And then my husband's iTunes ended up not coming out. I'm still super confused about it, but mine did. It came out really late for some reason, so I had it in my September's budget, but it didn't come out until October's budget. So we'll do this. We'll do $419 and then 0 for my husband. Yeah, it was just super weird how his iTunes just has a mind of its own, I swear. And then our electrical came out. That was $181. And then our Jeep insurance came out. It was $175.19. And then our Wi-Fi did come out as well. That was right here, $85.80. And then our gas. This is our gas for our house, just so you know. It's not gas for the car. You can see the difference between that by, if it says bills and gas, that means house. If it says expenses and gas, that means for my car. So I hope that makes sense as well. And then our bank fees came out. I totally forgot to write this in the budget since we didn't have to pay it in September, because of my dates and how they lined up. I didn't have to pay bank fees, but this month obviously I did. Oops, that's 30. and I forgot to totally write it in, so that was $29.90. We have 2 bank accounts. We pay $14.95 a piece each month for unlimited transactions. Unfortunately, where I live, every one of the banks has bank fees, so this is the best we can do. So the total for our bills section is $1,601.89. Okay, our next section is expenses, and this is where the weekly spending tracker comes in very handy. It's where I take each week from my daily spending tracker and I condense it into this little sheet there. I just add each number from each week, and then that gives me the total for the bi-weekly budget. It just saves me from having to go back to all of my transactions and add every single one of them. I highly recommend doing the weekly spending tracker if you haven't already, or you find budgeting very overwhelming. This is a step that helps you break down those numbers, doesn't get it too overwhelming feeling, and you know exactly what your category balance is moving forward into the next week, so you're not trying to go over your budget. So I hope that makes sense. So week 1 and week 2, I'm just going to quickly add up the numbers. Groceries were $463.83, which was really good. We were only $64 over budget, which was amazing. We were never this low in our grocery budget, so that was awesome. Gas, $47.72. Eating out, we were at $58.05. My husband's spending was $57.28. And if you're wondering what we spent this money on, please go back to my check-in number 1 and number 2. I explain everything there. I didn't spend anything for my allowance. We spent $24.42 on the kids. We spent $74.70 on household and $0 on other. So you can see exactly where we overspent and underspent. We spent $726, which is actually not too bad at all for us. We're usually double the amount for expenses, so that is really nice that we kept it a bit controlled and not going crazy. So the debt, I paid the $300 for my US credit card. That is my minimum plus interest and the exchange rate. If you don't know, I live in British Columbia, Canada, really close to the border, so I have a US visa and I'm trying to pay it off as well right now. And then I didn't have to pay my credit card in this bi-weekly budget, so I just did a debt snowball of $20. That was the Etsy money plus just a little bit more. I just wanted to do $20, you know. Everything helps, so that is that. I am working on my credit card right now, my other one, not this one, so that $20 went to that credit card. Anyways, we have taxes next. I didn't expect for me to get all that money, so I didn't have taxes in my monthly budget, but I made sure to get it into this budget. I did the $250. I pay $250 for every $1,000 I earn from the government. That $500, I didn't put taxes away. I definitely will though, coming up in the next bi-weekly budget. And then with the money I'm receiving now, I'm receiving $450 a week from the government with the caregiver benefit that I just told you about, but they take taxes off and they only take 10%. So I've been doing 25% for my taxes with the CERB money, and they only take 10% of the caregiver money. So I hope come tax time that I have this ridiculous amount of money and I don't need it all, because it's actually only 10%. I need to do some more research for sure, but that was very interesting how they only take 10% of my new wage. So anyways, I didn't spend anything on birthdays. My husband's granddad didn't need anything. I got my kids to make him birthday cards, which he absolutely loved, and we spent the entire day with him, and he just doesn't need anything. He has all the tools and he wants us to focus on our goals with our money. So that is so nice of him. I absolutely love him, and that is great. And then for our trip, I ended up saving $900 towards the trip. Like I said, all that extra money that my husband made in overtime, I saved for our trip. So that's just a bit of our trip money. I am doing a trip budget with me on Saturday, so that video is out on Saturday. That is only a little bit of the money that we're going to spend on the trip. I go into all the details about all of the expenses that we'll have. It's going to be a very expensive trip. We're only going 12 hours away, so I will explain that all in Saturday's video. Next, we have car maintenance. As you know, we've been doing a lot of car maintenance on my husband's car to get it on the road. I didn't budget anything because I thought we were all done all of the things, but we still needed to spend $34.12. It was just a couple of parts. I cannot remember what they are. I'm not a car person. And then we ended up rolling over some money. I will actually show you. So what I did is I took my income, subtracted bills, expenses, debt, and all this other amount, and I had $46.03 remaining. And I was like, that sounds familiar. Where is this $40 or $46.03? And I did all my math again, and I did all my math again, and then I realized that I still had $46.03 in my account. I'm a dummy. I rolled that money over. It's just keeping it in my account. So I had that $46.03 there. So that's why you need to count in your rollover money. So I had $46.03 to roll over into biweekly budget number 2. So I hope that makes sense. If you ever come across a situation where you're totally off and don't know why, it's probably because you have an ending balance. Yeah, it took me a couple seconds and then I laughed at myself from not realizing what the extra money was from. So that other section is $980.15. As you can see, this other section is like little miscellaneous things. This one is like big things. So I hope you can differentiate the different categories there. I should name them 2 different things. I know, I'm working on it. So I hope you guys aren't confused. Next, we are going to do our totals. So $3,628.04 for income. We have $1,601.89 for bills. We have $726 for expenses. We have $320 for debt. And then we have $980.15 for our other section, and that is a zero-based budget. I use the zero-based budget method from the Budget Mom or Dave Ramsey. Your choice. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. I love the two, and they're definitely an inspiration of mine. So anyways, that is it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'm excited to do my trip budget with you guys on Saturday. I'm going to film some more videos this weekend to make up for my time being away from YouTube. I'm going to take the week off of filming just because I'll be with my family. So I'm going to make up for it with a lot of extra videos within the next week and a half. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Anyways, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye. If you're walking, if you're walking, if you're walking.